like to call the Village of Round Lake Beach Council meeting for July 19th, 2021 at 7 p.m. And noting for the record that we were meeting here in the Round Lake Beach Cultural and Civic Center to accommodate the larger than normal attendance for the awards. Clerk, can we call the roll?
Trustee Husk? Here. Trustee Davis? Here. Trustee Valadez? Here. Trustee Cleveland? Trustee Ibarra?
Here.
Trustee Stout?
Here.
Mayor Nichols?
Here. Record shows a quorum is present. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, if we could, can I have an approval of the council agenda?
So moved.
So moved by Trustee Davis, second by Trustee Stout. Roll call? No. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Moving on to the approval of the May 7th and June 21st, 2021 council meeting minutes. Can I get a motion on both?
Second.
I didn't get the first, I'm sorry.
So moved then.
Okay.
Second.
Trustee Stout for a motion.
Second. Oh.
Second by Trustee Ibarra. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're moving on to the approval of expenditures. This month we have $1,401,171.70. Chuck Howard, can we, voice vote is fine. Trustee Howard, can we have you go ahead?
Thank you, Mayor and Board. For the period June 12th through July 14th, 2021, we had warranted expenditures of $1,401,171.70. The big items in the warrant list, as you can see, were payments for Blue Cross for June and July, and our sewer use and surcharges. The total of those three are $91,543.18, about 42% of the warranted list. Below you'll see the ACH and wire payments. Most of that number that you see is police pension distributions, and that is the tax collections that we had for the pension fund that we act as fiduciary for, that we remit to the pension fund. So that's $767,732.08, and the balance of those electronic funds are about $39,000, about 2% of what we normally would do. So those are the details. If anybody wants any more than that, I can certainly provide it.
Thank you. All of our trustees and myself, before the committee meeting, have seen all of this. And do we have a motion?
Motion.
So moved by Trustee Davis.
Second.
Second by Trustee Ibarra. All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Davis? Trustee Valadez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
All right, the ayes have that. Moving on to the standing committee reports. Any standing committee reports tonight? Hearing none, we'll go on to the mayor's report. Tonight we would like to introduce, we have the Miss Round Lake Area 2021 here. If you want to come to the front, first off we have Miss Round Lake Area, Zoe, and with her tonight is Little Miss Round Lake Area, Starlyn, and unable to attend tonight was Darby Junior Miss Round Lake.
Hi, my name is Zoe Brown, and I'm from Round Lake Beach. I have the honor of representing our community as Miss Round Lake Area 2021. As queens of the area, we dedicate ourselves to the community, not only as ambassadors, but also as public servants. We will spend our year giving back to Round Lake area and its residents by getting involved in numerous volunteer opportunities. Together, we will serve and represent our community proudly. Throughout this year, I will be hosting events to promote my platform, Surviving and Thriving, which seeks to provide support for cancer patients and survivors. My goal is to lessen the burdens they are facing through raising money and awareness. This October, I plan to host my first event, which will be a 5K race. With the money raised, I hope to set up some type of support group for patients and survivors residing in the Round Lake area. I look forward to working alongside all of you this year and making these events successful. Okay, start.
Hi, my name is Stella. I'm from Miss Round Lake area, 2021, and I'm so excited about the tree lighting ceremony and having my community at Christmas time. Thank you.
Thank
you
you
all.
both. Thank you very much for coming in tonight. We greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate your support and representing our community. All right, now we're on to our law enforcement service recognitions. Chief Rivera. First one, I believe we have a resolution recognizing Paul Grace's 20 years of law enforcement service to the village of Round Lake Beach.
Madam Clerk, if you can.
Resolution number 21701, a resolution recognizing Paul Grace's 20 years of law enforcement service to the village of Round Lake Beach. Whereas on June 21st, 2020, Paul Grace completed 20 years of service with the village of Round Lake Beach. And whereas during his 20 years of dedicated service, Paul was appointed as a patrol officer on June 21st, 2000, and was appointed to commander on July 31st, 2018. And whereas Paul served the department in the capacity of patrol shift supervisor, detective, Lake County Major Crime Task Force Team Supervisor, Warrant Service Team Member, Crime Prevention Officer, DARE Officer, School Resource Officer, and currently serves as Emergency Manager for the Village and Patrol Division Commander. Whereas Paul successfully completed the curriculum of Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command on November 5th, 2019, and obtained a bachelor's degree from Eastern Illinois University in 2019. And whereas Paul is recognized for his efforts in the development of the Gang Awareness Program, Crime-Free Multi-Housing Program, Recruitment Team, and Community Action Team, which was awarded and Governor's Hometown Award. And whereas Paul has set an example of what a dedicated police officer, detective, and commander should be. And now, therefore, Mayor Scott Nichols do hereby offer our sincerest appreciation to Paul Grace for a job well done.
Thank you, Paul. Do you want to?
If the clerk is going to read the other ones.
Okay.
for your-
All right, a resolution recognizing Roger Calise, 20 years of law enforcement service to the village around Lake Beach as well.
A resolution recognizing Roger Calise's 20 years of law enforcement service to the village of Round Lake Beach. Whereas on January 15th, 2021, Roger Calise completed 20 years of service with the village of Round Lake Beach. And whereas during his 20 years of dedicated service, Roger was promoted to the rank of sergeant on December 8th, 2003. And whereas Roger served the department in the capacity of patrol shift manager, training manager, property and evidence custodian, evidence technician, bike patrol officer, mentor, and NIPAS, mobile field force. He has managed the evidence technician program, leadership development program, bike patrol program, and community action team. He is a certified police instructor, use of force instructor, firearms instructor, integrating communications, assessment and tactics instructor, police cyclist instructor, below 100 instructor, and procedural justice instructor. Whereas Roger successfully completed the Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command in 2008 and police executive role in the 21st century in 2013. He obtained an associate degree in criminal justice from the College of Lake County in 2001, a bachelor's degree from Southern Illinois University in 2011, a master's degree from Southern Illinois University in 2012, a post-bachelorette certificate in police executive administration from Western Illinois University in 2013, and a Doctor of Education degree from Governor's State University. And whereas Roger is recognized as a member of the Policing Fellow with the National Police Foundation, a subject matter expert and trainer with the Department of Justice National Training Technical Assistance Center, a grant peer reviewer for the Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance, an instructor for the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board Executive Institute, and adjunct professor of law enforcement at Oakton Community College, Richland Community College, and the University of Potomac. He is a member of numerous professional organizations, including the Police Executive Research Forum, American Society for Evidence-Based Policing, and the International Law Enforcement Educators and Trainers Association. He has published original research and presented at state, national, and international law enforcement. And whereas Roger is a veteran of the U.S. Army Reserve and a combat veteran of the U.S. Navy. He has received numerous department awards, including 2 Purple Hearts. Now, therefore, Mayor Scott Nichols do hereby offer our sincerest appreciation to Roger Calise for a job well done.
If I could just mention that Sergeant Calise and the next 2 officers all had a time off approved way before we knew that COVID would be easing the restrictions, so they're not able to be with us tonight. So the next 2, Madam Clerk, also will not be here, but you can go ahead and read them if you can. Thank you, ma'am.
A resolution recognizing Kevin Kirk 20 years of law enforcement service to the village of Round Lake Beach. Whereas on June 18, 2021, Kevin Kirk completed 20 years of service with the village of Round Lake Beach. And whereas during his 20 years of dedicated service, Kevin was appointed as a patrol officer on June 18, 2001. And whereas Kevin served the department in the capacity of patrol shift supervisor, evidence technician, evidence room custodian, field training officer, warrant service team member, and traffic enforcement officer. And whereas Kevin has set an example of what a dedicated police officer should be. Now, therefore, Mayor Scott Nichols do hereby offer our sincerest appreciation to Paul Grace for a job well done. A resolution recognizing Ryan Rodriguez's 20 years of law enforcement service to the village of Round Lake Beach. Whereas on March 7th, 2020, Ryan Rodriguez completed 20 years of service with the village of Round Lake Beach. And whereas during his 20 years of dedicated service, Ryan has served as a community service officer and was appointed as a patrol officer on January 6, 2003, and was appointed to commander on January 9, 2017. And whereas Ryan served the department in the capacity of patrol shift supervisor, warrant service team member, field training supervisor, department training coordinator, and currently serves as the investigations commander. And whereas Ryan successfully completed the curriculum for Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command on May 18, 2018, and obtained a Master of Public Administration from the Northern Illinois University in May 11, 2019. And whereas Ryan is recognized for his efforts in the development of a procedural justice program that has been recognized by the Illinois State Training and Standards Board for his efforts in the development of a village-wide leadership development program. And whereas Ryan has set an example of what a dedicated father, husband, friend, and police officer should be. Now therefore, I and Mayor Scott Nichols do hereby offer our sincerest appreciation to Ryan Rodriguez for a job well done.
Chief, before I turn it over to you, I'd just like to say I would probably put this department up against any, if you look at the education agreements that you just heard of all of our officers that have a 20-year service, and our newer officers that are coming on, we have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctorate's degrees, and the extended training and certifications that they go above and beyond to get. We ought to be grateful that we have an incredible department like this here. I want to thank all of you for making it that way.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. And just so you all know, I know that the resolutions were very lengthy, but when you look at the time frame, all these officers pretty much got here with a high school diploma. And they did this work for the community and for themselves. So we are very lucky and very grateful that they are that dedicated and loyal. So we are very lucky in that. So thank you for the resolutions, Mayor and Board.
And then if we could too, I'm sorry. We will make a motion now, if I could, have a motion in a second to accept all these resolutions.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Ibarra. Trustee Husk. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You want to go? Okay. Item number 3, I'd like to ask Hector Cervantes to come up to the chief here. We're going to be appointing Hector Cervantes, one of our longtime residents of Round Lake Beach, to an open position tonight for the police commission. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Stout, a second by Trustee Ibarra, and can I have a roll call vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. And if you could, please.
It's too late. It's too late. You're stuck.
Sworn in, so if you raise your right hand and be sworn. I, Hector Cervantes,
I, Hector Cervantes,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Police Commissioner, faithfully discharge the office of Police Commissioner to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Hector.
And we'd like to thank Mr. Cervantes, or Commissioner now, Cervantes, for taking on that responsibility. We do have other 3 commissioners here in the audience. Commissioner Pride, Commissioner Benvenue, and Commissioner Unrath are here. But it is extremely important citizen participation and partnership that we have. So it is, we're very excited to have you on board, and so hopefully you'll serve a long, long time. Mayor, are we ready to go into the awards?
We are.
All right. So now we'll get to the meat of this, all the awards. We've been away for so long that they've been kind of piling up. So we want to go in and get these out of the way real quick. We'll start off with a couple of swearing-ins that we were unable to do because of COVID. So if we can start with Commander Schuster. Commander Schuster was appointed back in March to take over as a commander. He's currently in Patrol Division, but I'm suspecting that someone has your badge that's going to pin it on you. So we should probably do that as well. So, Commander Schuster, if you'll raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Tim Schuster,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Commander
the duties of Officer of Commander
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Thank you. Please don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
Yeah, please don't hurt him. We can't.
And for those of you who are unaware, Carrie Ann served with us for quite a while as a detective and an officer. A great one. We're trying to see if we could talk her back into coming back to us, but the offer's still open, so thank you very much. All right, Officer Sherman. And family, whatever, please feel free to come up, take pictures, go anywhere you need to do so to get the pictures taken. Come on up, come on up, come on up, family. Oh, yes, don't be shy. Come on all the way up. This is a package deal. All right, you can raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of police officer
the duties of the office of police officer
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Welcome aboard. Thank you. Ruben Anguiano. Again, family, come on up, take pictures. I state your name.
I, Ruben Anguiano,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of police officer
the duties of the office of police officer
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations, thank you. If all those being recognized, hang out after the meeting so we can take more pictures as well. So, all right, moving on. Let me check them off the list here. There are, let me grab them real quick. Two awards that I want to get to here that are very important to us. The first one, actually, both of these deal with the community partnership that we have. And we would not be able to do our job without the help of the citizens and the residents that support us. I mean, the Constitution gives us the authority. It is you that give us the legitimacy. We cannot do our job without you. So one person that we need to recognize real quick is somebody we met several years ago that came to the community from just outside the community and came to introduce themselves. And that person is Kelly Pasola. I lied to Kelly and told her, give her a different reason, so she's kind of surprised. So come on up here, Kelly. So again, as I mentioned, we're all about community partnerships, and Kelly is a manager at Mission Barbecue. And when she came here years ago, even before the store even opened, she came to say hello and meet and introduce herself to the department, and then she came out for her first national night out and brought sliders and food. It's true the truck broke down 2 blocks before she got to or ran out of gas. It ran out of gas, but we took care of it, but they still made it and handed out food at our national night out. And since then, we've had an amazing relationship with Mission Barbecue, and it's really because of the efforts of Kelly. So we wanted to recognize Kelly, who is also leaving us to go manage a store in Cape Coral. Boo. But their mission and Mission Barbecue, what they do for first responders and military and veterans is second to none. If you haven't been there, please go there. They did provide some of the food for tonight. At noon every day, they do the Pledge of Allegiance. So again, if you haven't been out there, please go out there. Their mission is incredible. It aligns perfectly with the police department's mission. So we wanted to make sure that we said a thank you and basically had a chance to say goodbye to Kelly before she left. So thank you, Kelly.
Thank you very much.
The next person I'd like to recognize is Jade Labor. Jade, come on up here. So Jade has been helping this police department for, my gosh, I don't even know how long. For a while there, she was working at NACASA, which we worked very closely with. But then once she left NACASA, she still came around volunteering, helping out with the Police Foundation, helping out with fundraisers, Shop with the Cop, National Night Out, you name it. Jade has always been there for us, even during COVID. When things are tough, she's there and has always been around. So this year we have nominated, or actually gave Jade the distinction of being the Citizen of the Year. She is the third Citizen of the Year that we've had. The inaugural Citizens of the Year are here. Trustee Ibarra and Nancy Radford are here. They were the first two. But we wanted to recognize Jade for all her work, and hopefully she continues to help us out as we go forward. We will have a smaller plaque for you later, but this is a copy of the big plaque. Now we are moving on to Commander Grace.
Thanks, Chief. If I could have Commander Brian Nicholson come forward. As he's coming up, I just want to explain, but I'm the emergency manager for the Rhineland Beach Emergency Management Agency. RLB EMA is an entirely volunteer entity. We rely on citizens, residents to support our group, and each year we'd like to recognize at least one volunteer that goes above and beyond in their service to our group, and this year's recipient is Commander Brian Nicholson. Brian is a 13-year resident of Round Lake Beach. He's been a 16-year member of our organization. Each year he logs hundreds of hours of volunteer work with us every year. Brian is passionate about our group, its members, and the communities in which we serve. Brian has served in our organization in many roles and ranks, and is currently the highest ranking volunteer in the organization. When Brian is not volunteering, he is spending his time with his wife Emily and caring for his son Chase, who has special needs. And I do need to take this moment to thank Emily for allowing him to serve in the capacity he serves us, both our organization and also the communities as well. We all benefit from his service, so thank you for your sacrifice as well. When Brian is not volunteering, he's also employed at the Great Lakes Naval Base, where he serves in the Recruit Training Command on a simulated U.S. Navy ship and gun range. Brian has invested a considerable amount of time in both his personal training in emergency management and also the training of our members as well, and to include also federal training. In 2020, Brian's service was instrumental to our group during COVID, and he invested many hours in hosting and coordinating Zoom meetings for our group. And for those of you that participate in Zoom meetings in your place of employment or elsewhere, you know it's not easy, it's time consuming, and there's a lot of problems that come from that as well. Brian was also our command for our personnel at the numerous COVID testing vaccination sites throughout the Round Lake area. Brian was also instrumental in the purchase and deployment of new computers and radios for our group. Brian is well known in our group. He was nominated, every nomination we got this year for this award all went to Brian. He's well respected by his peers. He keeps our group together. We're a wild bunch at times, and he keeps us in having a positive mindset, a team mindset. He keeps us moving forward, and it's for these reasons and many more that Commander Brian Nicholson is the 2020 Donald Portson Volunteer of the Award recipient. Brian, congratulations.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board, department heads, distinguished guests. Gary Lunn, I'm a deputy chief here at the Round Lake Beach Police Department. I'd like to call up Officer Paul Henkin and the family. Come on up here. Bobby Barrera, where are you at here? We'd like to usually have the other person up here as well. Besides the Civilian of the Year awards, we also like to do an Officer of the Year award. This is a very distinguished honor 2020 was a very challenging year for law enforcement. It was challenging for the Round Lake Beach Police Department, the village, the state, the country. Trying to stand out among your peers is not an easy thing, and Paul did an excellent job last year. Pretty much any contact we had with the community was pretty much shut down, so it's really hard to get yourself involved, but Paul did whatever he could, when he could, to get involved in the community. We are a very busy department. We had 1/3 of our unit of the detective division was incapacitated last year, which left both these gentlemen here to pick up the slack. They did the absolute phenomenal job. They were recently recognized, both of them, for their work with the Lake County Children's Advocacy Center for the work they did the previous year. Bobby was a recipient in 2019 of the Officer of the Year. We had an awards committee that got together and decided, after looking at all the different attributes that Paul showed, that he's going to be the recipient of the award this year. I can't speak more highly than I can of Paul. I was his direct supervisor 2 years ago as a commander. I was a supervisor part of 2020, and I do supervise the unit here in 2021, and he does a phenomenal job. Being a detective, this unit's very difficult. We have a tremendous amount of very sensitive cases, should we say. Paul is also our cyber expert. He never comes in with nothing but a smile on his face. He always puts forth the more effort. He has got a lot of family obligations, a wife who's extremely busy at her job and travels quite a bit. They have very young children, and Paul goes above and beyond. He would have called out 2 o'clock in the morning, he'll be there in half an hour, staying up 24 hours straight to work on cases. The dedication is beyond belief, so we can't thank him enough. So in our tradition, we usually like to have the previous nominee and award winner provide the pin to the new person. No, just give it to us. With all these awards, the family gets the award. Let's be honest here. This is a family here, but you are all part of our family, and no one gets an award without support of their parents, of their siblings, of their children, and most of all their spouses. So we can't thank you enough for the sacrifices you've made during that year. So we give this award to all of you. So Paul, great job. And like I said, we can't thank you enough, and keep up the great work.
And we are down now to our last award of the evening. And as I mentioned earlier before, as far as our civilian participation in our community partnerships, and as we welcome aboard Commissioner Cervantes, we would like to recognize, as he's retiring, we'd like to recognize Commissioner Unrath. Commissioner Unrath has been the commissioner for over 27 years, so almost 3 decades. Not to put any pressure on Mr. Cervantes, but that's 25 will do. If you make it to 25, it'll be fine. I can tell you right now, he has the distinction of being the commissioner who has hired every single member of this police department. The entire department has been appointed under Commissioner Unrath. He was the police commissioner who interviewed me when I started on 22 years ago. And several officers have come in and gone through the department and retired, all due to the hard work and dedication of Commissioner Unrath. And again, it is an amazing partnership and dedication of a resident, of a loyal village assistant. I mean, Commissioner Unrath has been all those things. And we'd like to recognize him today, again, for almost 3 decades. I mean, think about that, 3 decades. That is a long time. And he has been there year in and year out. So, Commissioner Unrath, if you can make it up here. Family, you can come on up with them. Make sure you come take pictures up here. We'd like to recognize, we have. Maybe you can help hold these. We have a plaque being presented that says, for the nearly 3 decades of service as a police commissioner and for your dedication and sacrifice to the village of Round Lake Beach during this time. Maybe you guys could hold it for him. And somebody called me a few weeks ago and put an idea in my head, and I thought it was an excellent idea of what better way to commemorate all your years of service and dedication to this village. And that idea resulted in the purchase of a brick for our memorial park. And we have the one that goes in the park in my office that'll be installed in the next couple of weeks, but we have one for a take-home for a keepsake for you as well. So who's it's kind of heavy, who's going to hold this one?
Wow.
And as Detective Lunt said, this is a family affair. Everything we do here is family. So we'd like to also recognize Monica for the years of, I mean, I cannot tell you how many times she showed up. Yes, round of applause, please. Several years, they've been kind of a package deal, showing up at testing and different events. So thank you very much for allowing him to help and serve this community, and for you serving the community as well. So thank you very much. Is there anything you would like to say, sir?
Not really.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah, I would like to thank the community for allowing me to serve as a police commissioner for 27 years, and it was my privilege to do that for my community.
Thank you. How about a round of applause? Mayor and Board, that ends the police awards portion of this. Folks, you are free to stay, as previous mayors have said, you are free to stay for the exciting business of the village, or you can make your way over to the refreshments and have some cake, and please have some more of that food out there. So don't feel bad, you can go and we'll meet you out there later on for pictures.
Don't feel bad, my wife's going to go out also.
That's right.
She's not going to watch.
Thank you, Mayor and Board.
Thank you. I'll make this quick and we'll come join you all. We'll give it a minute just while they walk out, folks. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started on council items. Business item A, a resolution declaring certain property as surplus. Chief Rivera, you do have a couple items on the agenda still. Actually, just this one.
Thank you, Mayor. What we have on the agenda is over the months and years, the police department gathers lost and found bicycles that go into our property evidence room, and then we make efforts to try and reunite them with their owners, but we were unable to, as many departments have trouble doing that. So we requested a resolution to award these bicycles to a citizen-based community event where they will be donating the bicycles to young adults in the neighborhood and in the area, and teaching them how to fix the bikes, kind of giving them a skill, but then afterwards they get to keep the bikes that they fix. So it'll be donated to the Round Lake Beach, or the Round Lake Area Bicycle Club, and that's what we're asking for in our resolution, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Chief. We all did discuss this in our prior meeting. So if I could, can we get a motion and a second, please? So moved by Trustee Husk. Second by Trustee Davis. All in favor?
Aye.
We have a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Valdez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis?
All right, the ayes have it. Council business item B, a resolution improvement agreement with Illinois Power Products for generator repairs. Director Hiltz.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. This item again was discussed. The details and the scope were discussed at committee. This is two critical parts were identified to be replaced for our generator at our main pumping station. The item was budgeted for this fiscal year, and this is approving a contract to Illinois Power, and we did receive two quotes, and they were the lowest.
All right, we did discuss this as well, so if we could get a motion in a second. So moved by Trustee Davis.
Second.
Trustee Stout on the second. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis? Trustee Valdez?
All right, the ayes have that as well. Council business item C, a resolution improvement agreement with Energetics Incorporated Camp Synergy for SCADA System Communications.
Yes, again, this item is part of our water and sewer communication to control 16 of our sites. It's a critical component of our infrastructure, and it was identified to upgrade the radio and antennas to guarantee service and communication to Public Works.
All right, again, well, this is something, all these are items that we have discussed prior. So can I get a motion and a second? So moved by trustee Valadez. Second by trustee Davis. And can we have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis? Trustee Valdez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Ayes have that. Council business item D, a resolution approving an agreement with Merid Mechanical Contractors for temperature control systems in the buildings.
Yes, also this item is part of our asset replacement program. It was identified as part of the budget process to have the controllers at Village Hall, the computer system and control components replaced. They haven't been replaced since the building was built. Technology has improved, and again, this was discussed at committee.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Motion by trustee Ibarra, second by trustee Husk. Roll call.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis? Trustee Valdez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well. Council business item E, a resolution approving and authorizing and approving award of contract to Berger Excavation Contractors Incorporated in the amount of $771,921.13. Director Hiltz.
Yes, as part of our capital improvement program, this bid package includes water main, sidewalk, and complete reconstruction of the road. We did receive a CDBG grant to install a new sidewalk in the area to improve foot traffic to the school and around the neighborhood. And again, this was part of our capital improvement plan that was approved by the board.
All righty. Can I have a motion and a second, please? Motion by trustee Sylvia Valadez, second by trustee Husk. Can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Davis? Trustee Valdez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Ayes have that. Council business item F, an ordinance repealing and replacing section 1-5-3 of the village code and establishing a committee of the whole. Attorney Puma.
You talked in Administrator Ball, I guess I can take this.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a recommendation presented at the last committee meeting to streamline the review process of our committees into one committee of the whole. It's a more efficient process for the village board, and it certainly supports staff efficiencies as well. It does give the members of the full board the opportunity to comment, which functionally has been happening with our 3 concurrent committee meetings. So we would recommend the repealing of the committee structure and subsequently adoption of the committee of the whole structure.
All right, then if we can I have a motion and a second to do the switch over to committee of the whole?
So moved.
So moved by trustee Stout. Second by trustee Davis. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Valdez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis?
The ayes have that. Council business item H. Actually, I'm sorry, G. Ordinance canceling the standing committee meetings and establishing the committee of the whole meeting dates for 2021.
Mr. Mayor, this implements our recommendation previously approved by the board.
All right. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by trustee Ibarra, second by trustee Stout. Can I have a roll call vote?
Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis? Trustee Valdez?
All right, the ayes have it. Business item H, an approval of a compensation package for our Public Works Director. Village Administrator Balling, could you?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, as part of my operational review here as the interim village administrator, I'm taking a look at all salaries and benefit structures and prepared to make the recommendation for the first recommendation alignment of a updated salary to the market range in our area for the Public Works Director. This also includes a stipend for additional work that Scott performed in the transition period between the departure of the permanent administration and my arrival.
Correct. This is all items that we have discussed in prior meetings and
Yes,
something that was a long time coming, so we greatly appreciate that. Can we have a motion, please? So moved. So moved by trustee Husk, second by Sylvia Valdez. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Husk? Aye. Trustee Davis? Trustee Valdez? Trustee Ibarra?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. The ayes have that. Now we have come to the part of the meeting where we are open to public participation. If we have anyone in the meeting that would like to stand up and talk, please come up to the microphone here. We'll give you one. And state your name if you could.
Chief Rivera.
Chief Rivera? Hi, my name is Chris. I wasn't expecting to have all this here going on and all these recognitions. This is a sad story for me right now, okay? And I know this is going to be rough with all these accommodations and awards that you just did, but okay, my son, I'm going to start crying. He passed away March 19th, okay? And when that happened in my home, your police officers would not let my pastor go down and give him his last rites, and I'm shame on that. They wouldn't even let my pastor go down and say goodbye. I couldn't even say goodbye. You had 6 people in my basement all rubbing around, and why couldn't I go down? Why couldn't the pastor go down? Can you answer that?
I can address once you're done, ma'am.
Okay, that upsets a mother. I'm sorry, this is not going to be nice. You have to understand, my son passed away. And then, it's been 4 months. 4 freaking months, and not one phone call. Not one darn phone call. You're talking about these words and how they're dedicated. Do you think a mother deserves a phone call on the investigation? You took his phone, his clothes. I have no cell phone. I have no clothes. I have nothing of my son. And if I don't get those photos from his phone back on his last day on this planet, it's time to lawyer up, because I am fed up with not even a phone. Why can't they call the mother? I've been in tears. I'm in therapy. I'm on depression medicine. I'm on everything I can to function. Losing my son, I don't even get a phone call from your police department. 4 months, 4 months, and not one person can contact me? Do you think a mother cares? I don't understand this. And I don't get his phone, and somebody already has his phone number. So how am I supposed to get those photos back on his last day? You can't even give me his clothes. What's taking 4 months? You know, I guess it's just time to lawyer up, because a mother doesn't deserve this. She deserves a phone call. She deserves a pastor to go down and say goodbye to my son. And they didn't allow it. Shame on everybody here. That's all I can say. I'm sorry.
Sorry, ma'am.
No excuse for any of this.
If you'd like, you can discuss it afterwards if you've not had a chance.
No, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's fine. Okay.
They didn't even call me. They wouldn't even call me.
Have you contacted them at all?
Why would I contact them? I've been there 3 times, yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, so I cannot even imagine what you're going through. I don't, ma'am. I will offer you this for right now. We've not spoken before. Again, my name is Chief Rivera. Here's my card. We can do tonight or even tomorrow, whatever day you say, so we can discuss the case.
You have any idea what's going on? How How many
I-
murders do you have in Raleigh?
Well,
Seriously, how many?
the case, I don't want to speak about the case publicly, but we can discuss the case in my office or wherever you'd like to meet. I will go anywhere to meet you. Here's my contact information, but if you let me know, if you want to meet after today, if you want to go tomorrow, and as far as the property and stuff like that, absolutely, whatever I can do to get that for you, we can get the ball moving on there.
I don't even know what my son had.
I would like to talk to you about the case. I don't think it's something that we should probably talk about publicly.
My therapist is asking, my friends are asking, my
But we've not,
sisters,
but
everybody's
we've,
asking me. I have no
but we've
reason.
not had contact before, so if I can I also put my personal cell phone on here, so you can call me at any time, and then we can go and discuss.
Why they didn't do their job. You're offering
Well-
to fine, what you're doing right now is fine.
No, I understand.
You talk about all this experience and all this detective work and all these awards, and not one person can pick up a phone?
Well,
Seriously?
we'd have to go over the case and see specifically what the case
Who's in
entails.
charge of it, right?
Well, I understand that, but
So
we're
why
also,
can't they pick up the phone?
that's something we could discuss. That's something we discuss.
Terrible work, if you ask
That
me.
is something we
I
discuss.
He's only 37. How do you think a mother feels?
I understand, but because they're an adult, there's certain things we can and cannot discuss, even with a parent, because they are adults.
Yes, and-
But we can discuss this. So let me give you the phone number on this, and you contact me tonight, 1 o'clock in the morning, whenever. I answer all the time.
You don't think a pastor deserves, I don't think this is my son's soul. That had his last rites. Shame on you.
1 second, ma'am, let me get you this.
I just want to make sure he goes to heaven and you can't even let me do that. My therapist still can't help me with this.
At any time. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Sorry for your loss.
Break out. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to cause any disturbance.
No, it's something that you could always reach out to the chief of police or any of us here at the department. You don't have to come to a public meeting. All you have to do is ask. Yeah.
Ma'am, that's quite all right. This is your form, so it's perfect. Not at all, ma'am. You're entitled, so do not feel that way.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I just think a phone call. You asked me March 19th and I haven't heard a word from anybody.
We will be talking.
Really?
Yeah.
We will talk this.
Please reach out to him. You have his number, okay? Thank you. Would anyone else like to come up and talk? No? All right, if we have no other comments tonight, we have no executive session for probable pending litigation, land acquisition, or executive session minutes and personnel. We also have no executive session items tonight, so can I ask for a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
We have a motion by trustee Ibarra.
Second.
Second by trustee Stout. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.